Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess. Apparently our final loop, at least for this playthrough.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
As usual.
You're here to slay her.
Okay, and we're not gonna do all this. We're just gonna go. The one thing I know to do now, the one thing I know is a completely different path, is, like before, getting in a fight with her and then giving up. So let's try to go for that. Let's try to see what happens. Proceed into the cabin.
The blade.
Grab the blade.
You take...
Yep, into the basement.
Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds...
And she's all stern. Continue down the chair,
You're
the
still
stairs.
listening to reason. You walk down the... She's so cold. Focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you?
Don't you dare.
We'll drop it again.
Thank you.
Against you will be fine. I don't know what you're hoping.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I've actually never tried the "Are you coming on to me" response. Let's try.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Oh, you're fun at parties, aren't you? Okay. I think I've tried all of these by now.
Do you?
I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
True. How would I get you out of here? Let's just... We talked enough.
Have you just...
You know why.
Alright. Slay her.
Doubt, unfortunately.
And we end up fighting.
It feels like... Holy
and I'm
shit,
down.
She's unarmed. We can still...
We're still doing all this. Yep, now my only option is to give up. So I'm gonna give up. Let's see what happens.
Are you serious? As internal bleeding sets in, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering to the ground, uselessly. You lacked the will to finish the job. Your bruised
Boy, she
and
looks
broken
badass
body
now.
falling to
Look at
its
her.
knees before her. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end, isn't it?
Clearly.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Did she say this before?
She plants her foot on your chest and pushes you onto your back, the air leaving your lungs in a heavy puff.
Oh dear.
And then she brings her knee to your throat. She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess, shattering your windpipe and leaving you starved for breath.
Well, this is unfortunate.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well. Chapter 2, The Tower. Alright, this is new.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Boy, I've heard that one before. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm getting a terrible... hasn't this already happened?
Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Let's see what voice I get. Come on.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her.
Voice of the
She's
broken.
just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Fair. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those
I
are
just
two
want to hear what the
very
broken has to
different
say.
questions, but let's say for a moment,
Yeah.
you died last time. Of course we died. She didn't feel pain. She didn't feel much of anything, did she? And she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die. What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless. She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And
yeah?
I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that,
All right,
what do you
we're
mean?
doing this again.
Of course I will. Yes, if
Yeah,
it's the
we've heard all
latter,
this.
What do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived? If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end.
Wow. You're somehow even more nihilistic than the cold.
Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe.
I love when he gets, like, weirdly encouraging. It's very funny. Let's talk about
Just
this
be
princess
quick.
for a sec. She killed me last time. All she did last time around was beat me to death. How can someone like that end the world? To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, or we could pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
Hero's like, dude.
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. She killed me last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably...
Shut up. Okay. Alright.
Great.
Moving on. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie.
Yeah, shut up.
Cheating? Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time.
Well, she did, like, avoid any question we asked, so...
She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us. At least one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner.
Okay,
If
proceed
that's
to the
what
cabin.
you want. I guess I don't have a say here.
Okay, let's see what the cabin looks like now. I'm always excited about this part. Oh!
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
That's a big-ass door.
The blade is your implement. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
It seems like it. This whole cabin is different than last time.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here.
Oh, shut up. Right, we're gonna take the blade.
You
just
take
in
the
case.
blade from the altar.
And fuck the mirror. We're just gonna go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below.
Of incense?
For a moment, you almost feel at ease. Huh. This is actually kind of nice.
Oh, is it?
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Oh.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Uh-huh.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
Oh, I have a feeling what we're gonna see down there, and he likes it.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Well, I don't get a choice. Continue down the stairs.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her
still
long
chained up.
hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
Okay. She seems very in control here.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You've brought that knife again. even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity.
Somebody's mocking me quite a bit now.
Drop it.
I'm gonna go along. I'm gonna go along with the concept here.
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor. We didn't have to do that, and yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
Yep, somebody is all entirely enamored with the dummy mommy energy, and I can't even blame the guy.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Gladly.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
About?
The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me.
Is that so?
The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
Yeah?
It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she?
Oh yeah, she has.
You shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her?
That's a good question.
Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
And that's just a fundamental truth. What would you have me do? What do you have planned? Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. I have questions for you before I decide to do anything. I'm yours to command. Pledge yourself. Oh, it's tempting. It's very tempting. But I have some questions.
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
Wow,
There's an
okay.
empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
You are appealing to the entirely wrong part of me. Alright, what would you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Just because you're supposed to end the world, it doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
Wow. But if you're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself?
Don't be rude. Of course she can.
Don't be rude! Okay, buddy.
It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
Oh, he loves this.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity.
Okay.
The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn.
Is that so? Uh-huh.
Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
Clearly. I'm not going to help you end the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do that. Or I'm yours to command. I'm very tempted. I'm going to try to keep playing the hero, but alright.
I say, perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters.
Oh dear.
Pick up that needle.
Do it.
Excuse me?
It's what she wants. No objections here. Don't know what she's planning, and I
Wait,
don't like
the narrator isn't
what
object.
she's
Oh,
planning,
for
but
picking up the knife, right.
Might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Well, I can't do any of this. Interesting.
You
Pick up the
reach
blade.
forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? So bad.
Boy, he loves this.
Yeah.
Again, can't blame the guy.
Do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
Are you rationalizing? I'm going to kneel here forever. Stop making me do things. Wow, I really love that I don't actually have a
You
choice.
can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To defy me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance.
I suppose?
Take that knife in your hand and slit your
Oh.
throat.
What?
What?
Listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
End this. Uh-oh.
Oh, we'll end this all right.
Oh, well, I think I'm obeying.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unfair. End her.
Slay yourself. Wow, I really can't resist.
No, you can't just slay yourself. You're perfectly healthy and capable, and all you have to do is ignore her and do what has to be done. The blade and the hand that wields it remain firmly locked in place until you change your mind and decide to do literally anything else.
Are you sure about that?
Look at you quaking against my will. An ant defying a god. It's pointless to resist. In the end, everything submits to oblivion. But you're not the one resisting me, are you? There's something else in there.
Yep.
Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you?
Yeah, I think she's acknowledging the narrator.
That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Whoa, okay.
You bring the blade to your neck. You slice through soft flesh, severing veins and arteries.
Oh, her voice is taking him
Your
over.
blood flowing freely down your body. It's a painful lesson in obedience, but the pain won't last forever. No.
When I see you again, you'll free me from my chains and deliver me to the destiny that lies beyond this place.
We will. I promise.
Good lord, dude.
I know you will.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3, the Apotheosis. I don't even know what that word means. Shows how smart I am.
Path in the woods. But at the end of that path...
Oh, let me guess. At the end of that path is a cabin.
Excuse me? This is the third time we've been here, and
Oh,
this
the
is
voice of the
hardly a
paranoid is
path
back.
in the woods. It's all big and weird. Another witness to her radiance. Her hour is soon upon us. I'm here to keep him in check. I'm sick of prying fingers digging around in our head, and he's making it all too easy for them to get in.
Uh-huh.
This is bad.
Oh, is it now? I hadn't noticed. Do you need a primer, Mr. Amnesiac?
No, I'm quite all right, but if all of you would take a moment to settle down, there's something important I'd like to get across to you before it's too late.
Is it about the princess? We already know all about the princess.
Not to be trusted, that one.
No, I mean, yes, it's about the princess, but whatever you think I'm going to say, it's probably not that.
You're not to be trusted either.
Nobody's to be trusted. This whole game is built on fucking with you, clearly.
Look, fine, just out with it already, yeah? But if I hear the words, "You're here to slay her," or "If you don't, it will be the end of the world," you'll have lost speaking privileges.
Wow, the hero is fed up.
You're going to hear some of those words, but not all of them. Definitely not all in that order.
I'm interested.
Same.
Really?
I know. It's probably a bunch of lies, but even lies have a kernel of truth to them.
You two are just wasting your time. It's all going to end when we open that cabin door, which means it's already all over. What's the point of dawdling when the end is already written?
Okay, that nonsense he's going on about, that's what we need to talk about. You've been here before, obviously.
Oh, yep.
So you have met us. Because boy, were you in denial about that last time. No, I haven't met you, but reality is clearly falling apart at the moment, and the only reason that would happen is if you knew things you weren't supposed to know. What? What the hell are you talking about?
Good question.
He's talking about those weird marble trees and how wrong everything looks.
Yes, exactly. Whatever you did before gave her far too much power. So you've got to cut it out, get to that cabin and slay her before things get any more out of hand.
Oh, you think I could do
We
that?
gave her power. Why didn't you ever tell us we could do that? We probably would have gone about things very differently if we knew that.
We've built a new god, and she is limitless.
I mean, you're making me very curious as to what she looks like now.
Are our thoughts doing that? Make her small, make her small, make her small, make her small. Shit! What if I'm doing it wrong? What if I'm making her even stronger?
Do you hear those two with their runaway
Wow,
thoughts? I'm only giving you the
Okay,
sliver
this is
of
one
information I'm
flaw
giving
with the
you now
game.
because
The
things
audio
already
levels are all over the
ridiculous
place,
shit.
and I know how hard that shit
This
is,
was
so
my
don't get
last
me wrong.
card to play, and it looks like it's already made things worse. So hurry, cabin, now.
I'm not going to the cabin until I have answers. What am I?
As you finish your inane
Oh.
question, the ground quakes beneath your feet. You feel an unyielding force pulling at you and your surroundings. The trees start to sway and then crumble, breaking apart as everything is drawn towards the cabin. Even the earth beneath you seems to shift, your feet unable to grip solid ground as you're dragged forward along with everything else.
The end of everything. The beginning of something new. The moment we open that door, she will be free.
Stop believing everything you hear. We just have to get our thoughts in order. We just have to think straight.
Any, words of warning? You already know everything you need to know.
Do I now? Okay, proceed to the oh boy!
The cabin explodes. You're flung backwards, violently slamming into a tree as debris rains down around you.
Is that her? Oh my god! Yo, hello!
You watch in paralyzed awe and terror as
Where's the chain?
princess emerges, her body unfurling from some vast space as she stands upright to face you. The world bows to her. The ruined landscape shifts, trees and stone and the ground itself succumbing to her gravity, orbiting her like a great black hole.
Finally, the little bird has set me free. This is always how it was going to end. And this is always how it was going to begin.
There's a loud
Oh.
thunk from the tree behind you as something embeds in its shattered bark. Your pristine blade. It's now or never.
Take the blade. Or embrace oblivion. I'll take the
Yeah,
blade.
screw all of this. I'm with you. A real god wouldn't need us as part of her plan.
You'll never make it to her. And even if you do, what could you possibly hope to accomplish?
We'll see.
We'll do what we were always supposed to. We'll take this blade and we'll sink it into her heart. Look at the way everything's being flung around her.
I
If
do
we
like
just
that.
throw ourselves
Oh,
in her
sorry.
direction. I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Maybe none of this is real. Maybe we can do whatever we want to do.
I do like that this is my 5th time through, and a final, apparently. And that, like, this is definitely the one that feels the most climactic. Like, well, let's see.
With a
Maybe the
forceful
others have
tug,
gotten
you
more
yank the
climactic if I
blade
got
out
them at
from
the
the
end.
tree.
I don't know.
You close your eyes and take a deep breath, and for a moment you can feel everything around you, like you're a part of everything, and everything is a part of you. And then your eyes open, settling on your target. It's time.
All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman. Let's slay her.
You
Let's see what
launch
happens.
yourself towards
Not
the
that I think I
princess.
can.
You can feel her gravity envelop you, carrying you from the ground into the violent swirl of her orbit.
Even now you defy me. Do it then. Show me what you think it takes to end what's destined to end everything.
Doesn't even have a crown anymore.
Do it. Show her.
End this.
Why do I feel so cold?
Because the thing is going to grab you. Oh. No arms this time. You do not get the chance to slay her, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Oh, where did she go?
She's gone. Is this the end of the world? Did she end herself? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. You've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It is.
It's calling us. And not in a good way. I don't want to look at us.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice.
Okay. Can we trust you? A mercy.
Approach the mirror. All right, let's see what happens in this final time. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once. Yeah. This whole thing. You are nothing at all. What? But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh! A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image of the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into a jagged shard of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. If you're not me, then what are you? Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? Oh my god, look at all these options. Alright. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it?
There's some kind of
You needed
crow.
help, after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Oh. Does it hurt? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware. And if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
Okay. Have you been the same you all along?
I haven't. And that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions. Does it hurt? Are you a part of me or are you something else? So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why did you lie to me?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really?
Clearly none of them are.
I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Why should I believe that? Do you have anything to say for yourself for all this hubris? The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do for them? Are you a part of me or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
Boy, there's a whole lot of existential discussions here. And what is my true identity?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
What? The fuck does that mean? Why would you want to rid the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
I'm pretty sure death is good, actually. Important, even. What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
Death of the author. The very concept of there being a narrator denies characters the ability to change. Because there is a narrator who dictates what that change will be. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. Yeah! That's what this conversation is about, the death of the narrator. The death of the author. The moment you as an audience perceive a character differently than the narrator intended, the narrator dies. And that's the kind of death he wants to get rid of. That's how I'm understanding this so far anyway.
So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made
I think
to
they fucked
do
up
this
down
single
here.
task.
I'm going too far
you will
down.
Still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
God, so many options. Okay. I'm pretty sure death is good. Who cares about dying? The people out there beyond. What is it now? If you made us, then I want you to know that this has been torture. If I destroy her, I want to be alone. After everything you've done, do you know how things... Do you know how that things won't just be worse if I destroy her? What would it be like to live in a world without her? Does anyone else know about this? Does anyone else know about us? I don't want to be a god. I want to be me. Something like me. If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions. Does it hurt? If she's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be, can't I just will her into something small? How did you die? Why did you make her a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant or a slice of soggy bread? What if neither of us leave this place? Does that work? Can we just stay here forever and leave the people out there alone?
It wouldn't work. Her nature as the shifting mound makes it so nothing can last forever as it is now. It wouldn't matter how long the two of you waited. Eventually she would find a way to leave. And then everything would change. Everything would face oblivion. And until then, the clock ticks on.
Okay, then why did you make her a princess?
I didn't make her a princess, but I wove the idea of her into something your scattered mind could fathom. You chose for that something to be a princess.
Oh, it's that simple, huh? Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all this.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
Bye. Well, he's gone. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Oh, there she is. Oh, that's a lot of versions of her indeed.
I can
Something
finally
biblical
see
angel.
you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
I mean, as a player of a game, yes.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Oh boy, with some of my experiences this year, I'd love a world without death, but let's see what we have, what options we have here. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling on me? If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you're always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? Yeah.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you...
Wait, what are you doing?
So be it.
I wanted to ask more questions. Oh, what? Oh, jeez!
Suspended in the gravity of an idea that threatens to consume you. And you are alone. A tiny island caught between the death of the old world and the birth of the new. But alone is not helpless.
So that's the tower, or?
My vessel's apotheosis. You chose against all odds to defy me, to hold on to your inner self with all its flaws, even in the scorching light of my divinity. Without me, there are no externalities to resist, and it is struggle that carves meaning into consciousness.
I miss when that was you. You were consumed by your own ego.
And you shed your doubts to rise against me. It was only together that we were able to create something beautiful.
Am I going to meet... Oh, I'm going to meet everyone up... Yeah.
With violence you stranded me, and with violence I sought to twist your flesh back into mine. Like forced between choosing your death and forfeiting your body, you chose agency. But agency requires action, and action requires an endless tapestry of events. In your final moments, would you remove action itself from reality?
What? No. Can you say with certainty what shape a world without you will take? I don't want... You didn't give me much choice. I won't engage with violence. I'll leave with you. Just stop now. Can you say with certainty what shape a world without you will take?
I know what I am, but I do not know what I am not. If a world without me is so unknown, then how can you be so sure you want to create it?
Good question. Oh, there she is.
Another tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
Oh, that's actually the closest we've gotten to see me.
Love melted into self.
She's still like a
and you
cutesy.
pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
I've no desire to hide, but the truth can be made better. If destroying you is what it takes, so be it. I don't want to hide from the truth.
Then don't. Leave with me. There's no need for you to fight what we are.
Am I gonna meet the adversary now? Oh! I'm ready. I want to leave with you. Stop the fight. No, I won't leave until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then
Plus, I want to meet the other versions of you I've met so far. Here comes the adversary. Oh, jeez.
Brutality splashes you against the walls, but with stubborn defiance you rise again.
Oh,
And with
the different versions of her sees me differently too.
Brought somewhere new. Without you, my world would have been so small. Do you remember the moment of your triumph? Do you remember the feeling of your blade finally cutting me down? My defeat was a gift. Without obstacles to overcome, we stagnate into nothing.
And we've both grown from it, haven't we? Is stagnation so bad? Can meaning not exist in the absence of cruelty and pain? I fought you to protect others, not to better myself.
And yet you changed regardless. Your perspective widened.
Oh!
I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go. Faster and faster and faster. I kill you, you kill me. Hollow eyes watch from the dark corners of a forgotten place flooded by emotions left unspoken. The tide rises. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life.
That's not entirely untrue.
All that's left to do is linger.
I'm okay lingering. I deserve what you did to me. Well, I don't want to linger.
Then don't.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. I can't let... Whoa! Okay, that was on purpose. Right. Don't know what the answer is, but I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. It's easy to believe in the things you believe when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? I can't let that happen. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh, hey, hero! Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go.
I'm going with the hero on this. Oh! Initial sketches or sketches of every path?
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
I'd like that, for old time's sake. Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin? Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
If the offer still stands, but could you still... is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin? It's funny. After everything you put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
If the offer still stands, could you describe the cabin to me? For old time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really mentioned the windows, did he?
He never did.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
I'm taking the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Enter.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I mean, for me that would be way back in the demo,
Have
but
you
yeah.
figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue
and down
downstairs.
we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It
Oh,
really
she's not
brings
chained
me
this time.
back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
I don't want to be a god. Are you the same as you are out there? I don't want to hurt anyone. There has to be a way out of this. What are we going to do? I don't want to have to slay you, but I don't know what other options there are. What are we going to do?
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out?
She's a lot more neutral now than any other version of her.
What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Not really. Would resetting it do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, don't they continue to die and suffer?
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again. we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
We're going to find ourselves back here eventually. How do you know that things won't end worse? What if when I make my way back there, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty, and I still like you.
Oh, wow. Okay,
And if
didn't
you're
expect that one.
hesitating, then you must still like me, too.
Well, that's a good point. We'd have to decide to do this every single time, forever. Eventually, something is going to be different. What if we change our minds?
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
Is there any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
This isn't fair. I want to be here with you, and I don't want to be alone again. We're going to find ourselves back here eventually.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
I am running out of options here. But I really don't want to forget you, because this game is a hell of an experience, so...
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
I don't want this, and I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god?
Yeah, I think it's too late for that. But maybe next time.
Alright. So if my interpretation of this counts for anything, she literally is death. The fact that the world changes. There's nothing to be done about the fact that eventually the world will die. Things we know will die, people we know will die. And I want to change that, but all that really means is that the world will be stagnant forever. But if I go with her plan, then that's just it. The world is chaos. Every choice makes something different. And nothing ever really ends up making any sense or meaning anything. So it really is about life and death at the end of it all. Like, yeah, things are gonna die, and you can just accept that. And do this dance forever. Just accept the chaos. Or you can try to fight it. You know what? Just for the sake of following the title of the game and the base premise, not because I necessarily agree. Let's slay the princess. I'm sorry, but I can't do that.
You and me both. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out.
It won't, but we're trying anyway.
Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink, and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged, and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
It is very weird to see this without the princess in it somehow. No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter. We don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Leave the cabin. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor. A world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumbled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You are free. And before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality. One forced by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
I knew we'd finally see it through.
Oh,
All
hey,
it
I haven't
takes
heard
to
from
be
you in a
a
while.
winner is grit and determination.
This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering, and the coercion, and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
Could you, though?
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
I hope this was all worth it. Because I'm personally inconsolable.
Oh, fuck off.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. Here, here, to our vanquished foe. It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
Yeah. We can do that.
Holy crap. I'm definitely doing another playthrough. Because, for one, I want to see the other versions of the princess. And if I can't get any other versions of the princess, I want to see how some of the versions I already got can turn out. And I want to see what happens if I don't slay her. I haven't been saving, like, at all, by the way. I saved once between playthrough 2 and 3. So, I have to start all over if I want to try something else. God damn. What an incredible game. No clear answers, just your interpretations and what they lead you towards. And God, the art is so good! Oh, that's a cute drawing. Oh, Manly Badass Hero got a shout out here. Wonderful. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. Wait, why? Alright, I'll take a screenshot. Oh. That didn't work. Whoops. Alright, never mind. Join the Discord, join our mailing list, join the subreddit, follow us somewhere else, make your playlist, play our other game, or return to the main menu. Alright, I'm just gonna return to the main menu, but thanks for everything. I'm definitely doing a second playthrough from this. I might wait a little while and play some other stuff in the meantime, but I'm definitely going again. I want to see all the versions of the princess I can. I really do. This was incredible, and thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna have to play Scarlet Hollow. I just found out that it's episodic and it's not actually finished, so I might actually wait until it's finished. I don't know how long that takes, but I need to see what else you can do. This was incredible. Slay the princess. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.